The wind screamed across the empty plains when he found her, tied, bruised, and begging for death. "Please," she whispered, her voice cracked like dry earth. "One shot, kill me." The rancher's hand trembled over his holster, but not from fear, from something deeper, something that would change both their lives forever. Folks, what happened next ain't what you think, so stay till the end. And if you love stories that hit the heart and shake the soul, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Wild West tales that'll ride with you long after the dust settles. The town of Red Hollow was the kind of place where mercy died long before the sun set. Sheriff Wayne kept order with a whip, and no one dared speak unless spoken to. One late evening, as the heat faded and the sky turned bruised purple, a rancher named Elias rode in, his hat low, his saddle creaking with the weight of loneliness. He wasn't there for whiskey or women. He was looking for a lost horse that had run off days ago. But instead, he found her. Out near the old well, half covered in dirt and torn cloth, a young woman lay bound to a post, her skin blistered from the sun. Elias dismounted slow, his boots crunching over dry soil. Her eyes flicked open, hollow, desperate. "Please," she rasped. "Just one shot, kill me." The words hit him harder than any bullet. He saw it then, the branding on her arm burned in deep. Property, it read. Elias knew that mark. It was the sign of Dalton Graves, a man who made his fortune breaking spirits and bodies alike. The rancher's jaw clenched. "Ain't no woman deserves that," he muttered. She flinched at his voice, expecting another blow. But instead he drew his knife and cut the ropes binding her wrists. She collapsed into his arms, shaking. "You're free now," he whispered. But freedom, she knew, was just another word in a world that didn't forgive. Her name was Clara. She'd been sold to Graves after her family lost their land, forced to work until her spirit cracked. Elias brought her to his ranch, patched her wounds, and gave her water. Still, she wouldn't meet his eyes. Every sound made her flinch. Every shadow made her tremble. Nights were the hardest. She'd wake screaming, whispering the same words. "One shot. Make it stop." Elias didn't press her. He just stayed close enough so she knew someone was there who didn't want her dead. Days passed. Slowly, she began to walk the land with him, feed the horses, even hum while cleaning. But trouble has a way of finding peace in the West. Dalton Graves learned she'd escaped, and that the rancher who freed her lived alone in the southern valley. One night, as the crickets fell silent, riders appeared on the ridge. Elias saw the flicker of torches, heard the distant whinny of horses. "They're coming," he said. Clara froze, clutching the doorway. "He'll kill you," she whispered. Elias loaded his rifle with a grim smile. "Maybe," he said, "but I'll make sure he never touches you again." They came before dawn, 5 men, guns drawn, led by Graves himself. Elias met them outside, standing tall in the pale light. "You've got something of mine." Graves sneered. "No," Elias said, leveling his rifle. "I've got someone you broke. There's a difference." The first shot cracked the air, and the war began. Smoke and fury danced under the bleeding sky. Elias fought like a man possessed, protecting more than just land. He was fighting for a right to live. Graves lunged from behind a wagon, knocking Elias to the ground. The rancher's gun slid away. Clara, shaking, stepped out from the house, holding the rifle he'd taught her to use. Graves turned, grinning. "You think you'll shoot me, girl?" he mocked. Her hands trembled, but her voice didn't. "No," she said. "I know I will." The shot echoed across the valley. When the smoke cleared, Dalton Graves lay still. Clara dropped the gun, tears streaking her face. Elias rose slowly, placing his hat over his chest. "You did what you had to," he said softly. "Now you live, for both of us days turned into weeks." The scars on Clara's skin began to fade, though the ones inside ran deeper. She'd sit on the porch at sunrise, watching light spill over the hills, her hand always resting over Elias's. "You saved me," she said once. Elias shook his head. "No, you saved yourself. I just reminded you what freedom feels like." One morning, as a golden dawn broke through the clouds, Clara smiled. A real one this time. "Elias," she said, "when I asked you to kill me, why didn't you?" He looked out over the land and replied, "Because I saw something worth living for." The wind carried his words, soft as prayer. The West had taken everything from them, but it had given them each other. So if that ending hit your heart like a slow burning bullet, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Wild West stories that remind you sometimes the fiercest battles